Welcome to True Crime Stories, a place where real cases are carefully reconstructed through immersive storytelling. Here, we explore true events that once made headlines, cases that left questions unanswered and changed lives forever. Every story you hear on this channel is based on real investigations and documented facts. However, the people you see on screen are not the actual individuals involved. They are actors and visual recreations created to help illustrate the events in a respectful and cinematic way. Our goal is not sensationalism. It is to understand, to reflect, and to tell these stories with care. So dim the lights, take a deep breath, and get ready for sleep on a bright spring day in 1974. College campuses in the Pacific Northwest buzzed with life. Students moved between lectures, laughing with friends, oblivious to the darkness quietly moving among them. Ted Bundy was 26, with dark hair, piercing blue eyes, and a smile that made strangers trust him instantly. He appeared intelligent, articulate, and harmless. An ordinary young man in a world that believed evil wore a mask. Few could imagine that this polite young man would become one of America's most infamous serial killers. Bundy's early life was a patchwork of secrecy and confusion. Raised believing his mother was his sister, he grew up with conflicting emotions, masking resentment with charm. In college, he studied psychology, learning to read people, a skill that would make his future crimes more calculated and efficient. By the spring of 1974, Bundy had begun a series of abductions that would terrorize the Pacific Northwest. His methods were meticulous and chillingly effective. He would pretend to be injured or impersonate an authority figure, asking for help carrying heavy packages or guiding him somewhere. Once his victim trusted him, he would strike, often transporting them to secluded areas far from the public eye. Police would later describe his actions as methodical and premeditated, a predator hiding in plain sight. January 1974 marked the beginning of his known killing spree. Young women started disappearing without warning. Linda Ann Healy, a student at the University of Washington, vanished from her home in broad daylight. Neighbors recalled seeing a man lurking near the property, but by the time police arrived, there was no trace. The disappearances continued, each new case echoing the one before. The victims were young, attractive, independent women, many attending university. Authorities struggled to find connections, and the public began to panic, unaware that the seemingly ordinary man walking among them was responsible. Bundy's charm and intelligence made him especially dangerous. Survivors later recounted feeling comfortable around him, never suspecting his true intentions. He manipulated not just his victims, but also the investigators, carefully planning each move. By mid-1974, multiple disappearances in Washington and Oregon pointed to a chilling pattern, yet law enforcement struggled to catch up. Coordination across state lines was limited, and Bundy continued to move between locations, staying one step ahead. His first major mistake came in Utah in 1975 when police pulled him over for a minor traffic violation. They discovered burglary tools in his vehicle, linking him to several local abductions, and he was arrested. However, Bundy's cunning and audacity soon became evident. He escaped custody multiple times, including a famous leap from a courthouse window in Colorado in 1977. Despite breaking several bones during the fall, he evaded capture for days, traveling hundreds of miles before being caught again. His ability to escape reinforced his myth, fueling both fear and fascination across the nation. Bundy's trials were nothing short of sensational. He acted as his own attorney during the trials for the murder of Chi Omega sorority members in Florida, using his intelligence and charisma to sway the courtroom. The trials were televised, bringing millions into the unfolding story of horror and deception. Bundy remained calm, sometimes charming, sometimes cold and detached. The overwhelming evidence, including eyewitness testimonies, forensic evidence, and reconstructed timelines, ultimately led to his conviction. Before his execution in 1989, Bundy confessed to at least 30 murders across several states, though experts believe the actual number may have been higher. His confessions revealed a man who operated with chilling detachment, showing no remorse for his actions. He described his crimes with a clinical, almost academic tone, occasionally attempting to rationalize his behavior but never expressing empathy for his victims. The confessions shocked the nation and solidified his place in criminal history as one of the most notorious serial killers in America. Bundy's crimes not only terrified the public, but also forced changes in law enforcement practices. Coordination between states improved, forensic methods evolved, and the importance of survivor testimony became more widely recognized. Beyond the procedural changes, his story became a case study in psychology, demonstrating how charm, intelligence, and manipulation can mask the darkest human impulses. The families of his victims continued to advocate for justice and awareness, ensuring that their loved ones were remembered and that Bundy's story would serve as a warning. Even decades later, the name Ted Bundy evokes a mixture of fear, fascination, and disbelief. He was a man of contradictions, intelligent yet monstrous, charming yet predatory, calculated yet impulsive. His story remains a chilling reminder that evil can hide behind a familiar face and that appearances can deceive. His crimes left an indelible mark on American society, influencing both law enforcement and popular understanding of criminal psychology. Bundy's legacy is more than the horrors he committed. It is a lesson in vigilance, awareness, and human perception. His story illustrates the dangers of underestimating the seemingly ordinary and the complexities of understanding the mind of a predator. The case continues to captivate researchers, writers, and the public, serving as both a cautionary tale and a psychological study. Even today, true crime enthusiasts study Bundy's methods, patterns, and psychology. They analyze his interactions, his calculated movements, and his manipulation of both victims and authorities. Through these studies, one truth remains clear. Ted Bundy was not merely a criminal. He was a master manipulator who exploited trust, charm, and society's assumptions. His crimes forced America to confront a terrifying reality that someone could appear normal while committing unspeakable acts. The story of Ted Bundy ends with his execution in 1989, yet it continues in the lessons he left behind. Law enforcement uses modern profiling techniques, improved forensic methods, and public awareness to prevent similar crimes. Families of victims continue to honor those lost, and his story serves as a haunting reminder that evil can be cunning, patient, and hidden. Bundy's name remains etched in history, not only as a symbol of terror, but also as a case study in human psychology, law enforcement, and the complexity of evil. His crimes remind society that vigilance is essential, that appearances can deceive, and that understanding the mind of a criminal is crucial in preventing future tragedies. Even decades later, when the name Ted Bundy is mentioned, the fear and fascination it evokes remain. His story is both a warning and a lesson, a chilling reflection on human nature, and a testament to the importance of justice, awareness, and critical thinking in a world where darkness can wear a friendly face. If you've made it this far, then you're truly a special viewer. And I have to admit, maybe I didn't succeed in making you fall asleep this time, but that just means you were completely drawn into the story. I'd love for you to leave a comment below. I genuinely enjoy hearing from thoughtful viewers like you, and I want to get to know this community better. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because I promise you, you will definitely fall asleep before the end of the next story. Good night, and I'll see you in the next case.